remember now those childhood days gone by. You woke up with the morning sun. It was warm and alive and fun. I'm a roll, don't turn around, I'm a roll.
Hello friends, fans and enemies, welcome to a Zane-Destiny video. This is gonna be a deck profile on my Star Brigades deck. So this is a D-Brigade deck mixed with some Musketeers. It's probably been done before, most likely has, but I like the way it synergizes. It has the destructive potential of the D-Brigades with their rush mechanics, but also the destructive effects of the Musketeers with their big numbers and forms of control and removal. I don't normally play any black decks, but I like this one. I found it quite fun. So without further ado, we're going to be starting off with the Digitamer. So I'm playing 4 of the BT6 Pagumon. So I think this one's good, so my aim in the deck is to try and cycle through as many D-Brigade and Musketeer cards as possible. Potentially ends up being a little faster or even on par to my purple variant. So this particular card, that on deletion, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a black Digimon, add to hand. Doesn't come up, well, it does come up regularly enough because, well, I am running quite a few colours, as you'll eventually see. So only 4 Digi-Eggs. I'm not playing many rookies, to tell the truth. I'll get into more details about that in a second. But our first rookies for the deck, I am playing 3 of the starter deck Commandramon. Why am I playing him? Well, it's because I don't have much Commandramon available to me, unfortunately, so I'll play with what I got. He is 4 cost to play, 5k DP, quite high for my liking, but hey, you live with what you got, hey? So next I've got the 1 BT3 2 cost Commandramon, so he's like a smaller version of that one. Bear in mind all these are Cyborg slash D-Brigade. If you have the I can't remember, the Harugurumon from EX01 to be able to draw, he'd be good to splash into this deck, but I don't have him, unfortunately. I don't have many black cards. But yeah, this guy is your 2 cost to play. He's good for slight memory choking. Next, I'm running 2 of the BT4 Commandramon. This guy's my go-to. I wish I had more than him, but c'est la vie. His effect is, on deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can play 1 Commandramon amongst them without paying its memory cost. Everything else goes to the bottom of the deck. So, good for cycling through. I like to combine him with the Pagumon to get some extra draw power, because, hey, it's great. I can even tend to choose which one I want to be activating, because Pagumon allows you to reveal. If it's a Commandramon, I can say it's his reveal, but if it's not Commandramon, it could be someone else's reveal. You know, it may sound a bit, I don't know, scammy, I guess, by picking which one's deleted, but it's not. It's just the way the game's played. Anyways, moving right along, playing 3 of the BT5 blocker Commandramon. So this is my level 3 blocker. Again, he's got Commandramon on the name. Don't really want to play him for his 4 cost. I would like to play him off of this guy's effect, but I've only got these ratios, unfortunately. And that, unfortunately, is my whole Commandramon platoon, I guess you can say. I would like to run more. I would like to have more of this guy and more of these guys, but unfortunately I can only work with what I got for black. But to make up for it, I do have 3 of the BT6 Chikurimon. This one's just in case if it's in security, it digivolves by 1. It's good for that. Plus, considering I only have 9 rookies, he kind of makes up the rookie count a bit. Again, I would like to have more, but I'm just going to work with this for the time being, and to tell the truth, it works, it plays. It's definitely not a meta deck, but it's a fun, different deck that I did enjoy using. Alright, that's it for the rookies, or the level 3s. We're going to move on to the level 4s. So keeping out of the D-Brigade line, because I need as much D-Brigade as possible in this deck, I am playing 4 of Sealsdramon, of course. He's a 5k to play, 2 cost to digivolve, and 6k DP, and he's a blocker. And he's Cyborg D-Brigade again, if you want to mix that Hagurumon for the draw power. Now, my go-to of this deck, with Musketeers, I like to get as much in trash as possible, ideally the option cards, cycle through my deck faster. I also find D-Brigade kind of wants the same thing for their boss monster. And to supplement that, I'm running 4 Deputymon. Now, you're probably asking, why Deputymon? Isn't he good for Musketeers? Well, yes, but he's also good for, obviously, D-Brigade. Not only because he's a black Digimon, so you can Digivolve on top of your Commandramons if needed, but his on-play effect to reveal the top 4 cards, add an option card of play cost of 7, and a Musketeer card to your deck. Trash the rest. Again, I want to put things in trash, not just my Musketeer cards, but also my Commandramon cards. So I sometimes put 2 piles of my D-Brigade and Musketeer cards just to cycle through things faster. It does hurt to play him for a cost of 5, but oh well, he is only 4k DP, but he is basically my trash man. He's my trash man, you know. And of course he's like a 2 Digivolution cost as well, if needed. And his second effect is he can warp Digivolve to a Musketeer card for a play cost of 6. So there is that in the works as well, which I'll get into a bit later. I am playing level 5s, playing only 3 Rebellimon. So what does he do? Well, he's purple of course, but he Digivolves from black and purple for a play cost, Digivolution cost of 3. He is a 7k DP and 7 play cost, but I don't worry about that too much. The only thing I'm worried about is all turns he is counted as a black Digimon, so he does trigger other effects, and he opens up my option slot a little bit more for some purple option cards as well. But not only this, if you Digivolve into him, you can trash a card in your hand and he gets Retaliation Blocker, a strong ability. He is good defensive force, so he is good to get extra draw power, get extra trashing, plus he looks damn cool. And he's a good card. So nice little tech. I'm only running the 3 level 5s because you don't need to play that many in this deck, surprisingly. So like usual with Musketeers, I don't need many level 5s. With this particular D-Brigade deck, for the way I'm playing it, sorry, my thing's on focus again. I'm getting this quite a lot. Okay. Yeah, so with the D-Brigade deck, it also it's not too fussed about level 5s. You know, I'm going to get into that now, because the boss monster of the D-Brigades is Darkdramon. I totally underrated this guy. A lot of people praised him. I didn't really care about him. He was a black Digimon, didn't really care. I played purple and yellow. But his effect, not only does he have Rush when you play him, of course 13 cost for Rush is a massive amount, but his ability, there's a reason for it. His ability, return up to 5 Digimon with D-Brigade in their types from your trash to the top of your deck in any order, and for each card that you return this way, gain 2 memory. He pretty much becomes a 3 cost if you add 5. And the way my level 4s and level 3s are, and my level 5 I guess you can count for the trashing effect of Rebellimon, I'm getting a lot of things in trash quickly, and I can cycle through even faster with Deputymon. Deputymon gets a lot of things in trash. There was one point I got 4 Commandramon in trash because I drew that badly with Deputymon, but it opened up the play for Darkdramon, so I had a level 6 Rush attacker. I was amazed. I was amazed with this guy. I'm only playing 2 of them because I feel it's a good enough number, because I don't feel like I'm going to be swarming this guy. I'm going to be aggressing with this guy early on. And to back him up, I have got 2 Gundramon. The other one fell on its face. But yes, Gundramon. What's so great about him? Well, he warp Digivolves from Deputymon just as well. He is a black Digimon. He is also a massive blocker. And if I Digivolve on top of from Rebellimon, he gets to keep that retaliation effect because it affects the body, not the Digimon that it currently is, not its form. So he's 11k blocker, but not only that, if I Digivolve into him, whether it be Warp or from a level 5, he reveals the top 5 cards. He gets to play a option card of 7 for free, but it's a May effect. I don't have to. I can delete something with 4,000, sorry, with a play cost of 4 or less. Sorry, I'm mixing it with Magna Kidmon. But yeah, I don't have to use an option card. I can choose to trash that option card to get more stuff in my trash to just delete a play cost of 4 or less. So I've got different methods, plus I'm getting more things in trash. It means I can play another Dark Dramon for 3. For 3, not for 0, but for 3. More Dark Dramons, all great. And to supplement the both of them, the Queen, well, not quite the Queen, but it's not a Musketeer deck without her. I mean, again, I can choose to Digivolve from a Rebellimon or Warp Digivolve from a Deputymon, but she wants to be played because when you play her, her play cost is reduced for each Musketeer and 7 cost option card in your trash. So if you've got 12 of those in trash, she comes out for free, and not only that, she adds an option card of 7 to your hand to then play it. There is so many things you can mess around with this, and basically you've got 6 Mons. If you want to increase the Dark Dramon, that's great, but I think this is great. You've got 6 Mons to just play. This guy gets played and he attacks. This one plays and sets up. They work in unison. They're a team. They're a mercenary group. I want to rename this deck to Foxhound now because they practically feel like a mercenary, like, is it PMU? Private Military Unit? They feel like a private military unit. Oh goodness, I really want to name this Foxhound now, but Star Brigade sounds so me. But yes, I love this deck. Absolutely lovely. And we're not even finished yet because I wanted a bit more control with this. And when there's control, there is 3 Omnimon sorts because I'm that guy. Of course, I've got no recovery ways to get him into the security, but there's 3 of them. There's chances are he's going to be in security, he's going to get played for free. When he gets checked in security, you get to play him for free. If you Digivolve into him with my myriad of choices I've got here, because he Digivolves from purple and black cards for 3. If you Digivolve into him, I can destroy a Tamer. If he gets deleted, I'm taking someone out with me. So he's kind of like, I guess, the ninja of the group. It feels like a G.I. Joe deck now. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this deck. I have not had so much enthusiasm for like a fun deck in a while, and I really love it. I might even sort of like do some test hands and plays or something. I don't know. I just like this deck so much. Right, so to supplement the destructive power of the Musketeers, you need some 7 cost option cards. So first I'm running Trump Sword. Why Trump Sword? Well, because he deletes anything as long as it's unsuspended. Doesn't matter if it's level 7, doesn't matter if it's level 3. As long as it's unsuspended, it's going out with him. And for those decks like Jesmon or Garibons, for example, that love to unsuspend, when they're attacking, then he's taking them out. If checked in security, but also he's a 7 cost, it reduces the cost even more. I'm also playing 3 Fly Bullets. The Fly Bullet is kind of like Trump Sword, but it deletes anything regardless of position, as long as it's level 6 or below. You can't go wrong with this. I wouldn't play 4 because don't forget the only Digimon I've got that can play it is Rebellimon, Gundramon and Bielstarmon. I don't have many other purples to play any cards. My hope is that these cards will end up in security anyway to play for free. Another card that anything in here can play, though I am careful about it, is Gewaltschwarmer. This one, I must point out that these 2 can be played by any Musketeers regardless of colour. This guy, he deletes all Digimon, including mine, with a play cost of 7 or less. A majority of these D-Brigade cards, the 3s and 4s, or any of my 3s and 4s, have a play cost of 7 or less. That's more D-Brigades into my trash. That's more chance of me being able to play a what's his name, Dark Dramon for 3, and then rush if I have the memory, of course. But it's very possible with this deck as I get to the Tamers. And just to tech in, I also have an Ultimate Flare. This one, I don't get a chance to read it much, and because I don't use it much, but from what I understand, you Digivolve 3 to one of your opponent's Digimon, and then you then delete all your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 3 or less. So 3 or less, I mean that's sending a level a level 5 back to a level 3 and then delete everything on their side with a play cost of 3 or less. May not be much, but that's why I'm running 1, but it's also a black card, so it could be teched in quite nicely. You could also get rid of a big threat. What if they digivolve into a level 7? It's a big scary threat. Well, that level 7 is now going to become level 4. That's a lot more manageable. I could play Vulture Armor after it. And the last Musketeer card is 3 Happy Bullet Showering. What am I doing? Is it a red card? Yes, it is a red card. That's because it's a Musketeer card. It can be played by any Musketeers. It deletes all Digimon on your opponent's side of the field of the lowest DP. Do they have 10 rookies with all 2000 power? Well, one of those is deleting all of them for a play cost of 7. It's ridiculous. Of course, if they just got one tall boy, let's say like Omnion Zor X antibody with 15,000 DP, or maybe they boost it up to 17,000, who knows? Maybe it's an ESMon of 21,000. If it's the only body on board, it's the lowest DP, so it's going to get deleted regardless. And I'm not done with the 7 cost option cards, because I'm also playing 2 Kakaitis Breath. Did you notice something about this deck? Something I realised as I started playing it. I've got no blue Tamers, no blue Digi-Eggs, no blue requirement Digimon at all. This is a dead card. But is it? Don't forget the amount of trashable draw power I got in this deck. Even if I don't get to play it, it's going to reduce the cost of Beelstarmon. But something funny did happen once. I was playing against someone. It came up in security. Little to say, they weren't expecting it. They just started trashing away at my security, and then it was like, oh, Kakaitis Breath. And they just gave me a long, stern look as to, like, why do I do this to them? So let's count these for start with. So we got 8, 10, we've got 12 7 cost option cards. That's a Beelstarmon right there. That's not including the potential Gundramon that could be in trash, or the 3 other Beelstarmon in trash. Either way, I've got a good chance to play one of these for free. Got no real way of recursion, which is why I'm playing 4 Beelstarmon. But that's where Dartramon comes in as well. Because the chances of me trashing nearly everything, I mean, anything I trash builds to something, if that makes sense. Apart from the Deputymon and the Rebellionmon that will get trashed or whatever, something plays for something, if that's the case. If that makes any sense. So I could have, like, I mean, I do end up having 2 piles of like Musketeer cards and D-Brigade cards. I want to play, if I start with free memory, I'll add these 3 back into my 5 back into my deck. It is very important how you add them back in your deck, because you're going to be drawing back into these. They're going to be at the top of your deck, so be careful how you put them in. I mean, ideally you want this one to be closest to the top, because this is the guy that lets you to, once you reveal, you get to play a Commandramon. Well, what you'll do is you'll get this guy. So if I were to put these back, I'll put this guy at the top, this guy second, this guy third, and whatever at the bottom. So when this, if I were to have like a Pagamon, that gives me that effect to add to hand. I get to play this guy like my next turn. He gets deleted. I get to draw a card, use his effect. If it's a Commandramon, draw from the top of the deck. There you go, there's a Commandramon. My next turn, the same thing sort of happens. I get to play him. Then I get to draw a card. He gets deleted. Oh, that is all. You see what I mean? I'm blabbering away now. I'm yammering nonsense now. You want to be careful how you stack things in with the Commandramons, but also with like the Beelstarmons, you want to be sort of like mindful about what you can and can't play. Like with the only cards that can play this one is the Musketeer cards. So if you got an opportunity to trash and you've got no Musketeer cards ready, trash these. Same thing with like the Kakaitis Breath. If you got them in your hand, trash them. Same thing with the purple cards. Trash them. If you've got no colour requirements in order to play them, get rid of them. They're going to reduce the cost of your Beelstarmons and that later on, and then they'll get used. Of course, you still can't use Kakaitis Breath with Beelstarmon because you have no blue source in the deck whatsoever. This is your tech choice to hope it lands in security. You can take in a little blue card if you want to, but I don't really have the room. And of course I'm yammering away and I haven't even discussed the Tamers. What am I playing? I'm playing 3 Matt and Izzy and Joe. There's not much more I need to this. These guys are great. Yes, they're 4-cost. Yes, they're expensive. You want them in security ideally, but I'm playing 3 of them because their memory gain is absolutely insane. On your opponent's turn, if one of your Black Digimon, I'm not going to go through the Black Digimon again. I've got so many. Rebellimons included, actually. You get to suspend them to draw 3 cards if you got all 3 of them out. Draw 3. That's fun. Also, on your turn, if your opponent controls 2 or more Digimon, they can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who cares? You gain 2 memory. You gain an extra 2 memory just for playing the game. 2, 4, 6. Most of the time, if they're going to be memory choking you, they're going to be giving you 1 memory. This is going to boost you up to 6 if you got all 3 of them out. That's a free option card there. Hell, let's say I've got Rebellimon and Deputymon out with these guys. Of course it's not going to work actually because it's your opponent's turn, unfortunately. Let's say it's my opponent's turn and they use a Gewaltformer. Deletes these 2. Yep, okay, sad news. Suspend, suspend, suspend. Draw 3 cards. And those 3 cards could be anything. Like anything that will help you sort of like accelerate things through. So it is a bit of a janky deck, but I find it so fun. It's probably due to the fact that I don't play other colours all that much, and I did make this on a whim because, well, I wanted to do something different opposed from like traditional Musketeers, because I normally play purple Musketeers. I did get told about a red Musketeers deck and I found that very interesting. What I would change, I want some more Commandramon, please, the A Commandramon. But aside from that, I think I'm happy with like the rest of the colours, even like the janky like blue option cards that I can never actually use. Yeah, I'm happy with this deck. So yeah, that's my quick deck profile on such a strange deck that it won't ever see meta play, but I find it so fun, so interesting, so refreshing to play something different rather than purple and yellow all the time. Nothing against purple and yellow, it's just always nice to try something new. But if you did like this deck profile, thank you. I'm not going to do that whole sort of like subscribe, so you know, you do what you want. And put some Rebellimons there. There we go. Thanks for joining me, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a try, but most of all, just have fun with whatever deck you make. Take care. Bye.